Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I welcome you at our Mindfulness Center here at CLC, where we are taking care of our wholeness, of our body and mind, and learning how to live mindfulness life and be more focused, concentrated, and balanced. So why we are doing this is because life is getting busy, we get easily distracted. You are planning something, but your plans can be changed, can be affected, and you may not notice, but your reaction to this might be not what you want it to be. So we are learning here how to not react, but rather respond to circumstances that arises in our life, which is very important because life is not something stable. It's a process, it's changing, it's moving, and all of us noticed it coming through last year. Were they thinking in 2019 that 2020 is going to be the year we had? Probably not, but we all had adjust to it, and we all did it in different ways, and here we're trying to do it in a mindful way, so we keep our health, balance, and our mood, our physical health, our emotional health stable and as great as possible. So let's start from reminding ourselves that how we do it. So our anchor is this process, is our breathing. So I would like to remind you that anytime you need help concentrating, to be more focused, to deal with your emotions that are arising, we all are very emotional creatures, which is what differentiate us from other animals. So we are human beings full of emotions, expressing them, sometimes concentrating them inside, but one day they can blow out, they can get out. So if we notice it, we also learning to notice it. So we are putting ourselves in this meta position, it's called. So we are observing the process that are going on inside of us, outside, how it affects us, and where we need help, where we need to feel balanced and grounded. We remember that our first anchor that we always have, we don't need to call someone, we don't need to go somewhere. This is our breathing. The thing that we are not noticing most of the time, but it happens voluntarily. So imagine the difficult situation comes up, you feel stressed, you feel like everything falling out of your hands, and you need to put yourself together. Remember, you can just take a second, take a minute, go somewhere, or even at your workplace, at your study place, at your desk, anywhere, even in the middle of the conversation, you take this second, you notice your breath, you take a breath in and breathe out. And you take maybe another mindful breath in and breathe out. So simple step, but what it gives you is that this gives you a time in between your stimulus and your reaction. This time is very important. So when you're taking this time, you are making yourself able to create a response rather than reaction. So with response, you're responding to any situation, and you are not dealing with it after like you do when you most of the time in a reactive process. And we all had this situation in our life. So let's start with practicing a little bit. And the first question I'm going to ask you, like always, is that put it in a comment, make a note for yourself, just observe your current state of physical state of mind, and ask yourself, what amount of your attention, what percentage of your attention, how focused you are, so what percentage of your attention is hearing me, being with me, and not thinking about any other things, about your future plans, about what happened during the weekend. So your eyes might be with me, your body might be in front of the camera, of the phone, of the notebook, of the computer, but your focus might be anywhere. And this is what happens with us a lot of the time. So we are present, our physical body is present, our emotions, our focus, our mind might not be at where our body is. So we know that this is a quality of us. It's very easy to be unfocused, so let's assess this first. And I can say that as I am facilitating this program, of course, all my attention, all my focus is here with you right now, with what I am saying, what my thinking is about this process. I'm very concentrated. Even in this state of mind, with the full concentration, sometimes I can have different thoughts because I have different objects around, and things may affect my way of thinking, but I'm aware of what I'm doing, I'm focused, so try to assess it for yourself. And if you know the answer, you can comment it so we all know and you know, and we can do something with this. And I have comments before that some people find it hard to concentrate. So remember, this is a skill. This is a matter of practice. It's not something that I can do with the level of concentration. I can provide a knowledge. I can provide, share my experience. So I shared it in our previous programs. The time management, the discipline is very helpful. But remember, responsibility of training the skill, making the skill your habit, the quality of your character is on you. So you are responsible for making it a skill, and then a habit, and then a quality of your character, of yourself. So later when you write in your resume, in your cover letter, you can think of this about your big, strong quality, so your huge advantage. And with the level of stress, concentration is very important. So let's find ourselves in a very comfortable position. Remember, we feel relaxed, but at the same time, our posture talk that we are very relaxed but concentrated. So I'd like to compare it with being a mountain. So when you look at the mountain is very strong, it is very stable, but at the same time, I don't think that mountain cares about things. So it's both being relaxed and concentrated, ready, and feel comfortable overall. So if you from the beginning, if you feel any tension in your body, so for example, when I first got into this position, I felt tension in my right leg, and I noticed this. I balanced it. Now I'm feeling okay. It's good to notice any sensation, anything in your body, and that's where you start the process of being the balanced and whole, because most of the time things are happening in our mind and body is just following. So we scan our body really quick, and with the next second we take the first breath in and breathe out. and another breath in, and breathe out. We'll take the third breath in and breathe out. All concentration was on breathing. And now we are moving all our attention into our back, our lower back. So all the attention, all the concentration in the lower back area. While we are breathing in, and with breathing out, we just let all the tension go. A lot of tension are accumulating in our lower back, so we are just letting it go. Breathe in and breathe out, and let all the tension out. And another breath in and breathe out. So hopefully you feel better now. And if your eyes were closed, you can open it. And now, after you feel yourself more balanced, I will repeat this word again. This is a very important word. After all of this, we are asking yourself a question. What is going to be the most important thing for me in the next, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes while we are in the program together? And if you want to start the morning with this practice, you do the first step, you do the second step, and then you ask yourself this question in a preparation for your day. So you are now focused, and you ask the question of what is going to be important for me in this coming day. So with this question, you are opening yourself for the new experience, and everything's you are raising your awareness, and everything that is happening with you during the day, you may get a better understanding of all the process that are happening. So at the end of the day, when you are trying to recall everything that happened, you have better idea of your day. This is what mindfulness is. So living right now in the moment. And if you are living in the moment, you are aware of this moment, and you are living your mindfulness life, which is not a which is not a panacea for things, which is not a quick pill that you can take and everything changes, but practicing it from day to day and making it a practice, patient practice, a discipline, will change everything with time. So in this part, talking about mindfulness, I would like to remind you about principles of mindfulness. So mindfulness came from the Buddhist tradition, a very spiritual tradition of meditation, and some people say that the mindfulness, how we have it right now here, lost its spiritual part, and just became a physical process of meditating and kind of applying it to our Western way of living. So people are missing spiritual part in all of this. But this is not a very honest opinion. So this is not truth. Mindfulness stays on very important principles. Mindfulness, how we practice it here, mindfulness-based approach to life, stays on the very clear, very important principles that can be executed not just with your practice, like when you're sitting in a meditative position, or when you're doing your yoga, your stretching, or even taking a short mindful breaks, but also they can be applied to a life in different situations. And the first principle is, like we learned it, it's being non-judgmental. Noticing that our mind is very judgmental. The way we think, the way we live, the way we process information comes through a lot of judging. So we judge everything. We put labels, we separate things, which is not entirely bad, but it's good to notice this process. It's good to notice our way of thinking, and if we are going into one or the other direction, being too judgmental, it's good to notice it and think where maybe there are things in our life where we should notice it better and understand and change the way it goes. Another principle is patient, which is very important. With some people is the most important principle that they should think about. So being patient, meaning let the life come its way. There are things that you cannot change. You just have to be strong and willingness to come through those situations, but not all the situation can be changed, and life cannot be managed in 100%. So things are coming on their own way, and we have to be patient, like sitting, not physically sitting, but maybe in our mind, trying to calm ourselves in order to notice the life is unfolding and we see it. We are moving to principle number 3, and it's being kind. So it starts from being kind to ourselves, and from this step we are kind to others, to the rest of the world, to the life in its wholeness. So, but it starts from being kind to ourselves, and everyone is finding their own way in this. People are different. People sometimes may be very hard on themselves. So be kind and like nurture your kid inside yourself, and be kind to, even though we are growing adults, we all have this part that needs to be nurtured a little bit, and we need to be kind to ourselves. The principle number 4 is letting go, and sometimes it's hard to understand principle. So we being busy and with desire to achieve a lot of things, the word letting go may sound like we need to surrender, we need to not approach our goals, we need to be weak, maybe someone will take it in this way, but letting go, it doesn't mean this. So you are concentrated on moving forward with your goals, but you are letting go unnecessary things in your life, things that are, you have to recognize them, things do not help you, things are stopping you from progressing, from maybe it's even your emotions, your way of thinking, your process in your head, how you perceive something, how you view situations. Please assess and be honest with yourself, and understand that if something isn't helping you in your life, especially with achieving your goals, just let it go. I know it's not easy, and when I said it, just let it go, it might sound very funny, because I understand it's not easy to just so easily let something go. But when you work on this, and after you let unnecessary things go, life will change so much, and there's so much happiness will come with it. Another principle is a beginner's mind, and this is where we try to view everything like we've never seen it before. So everything can, even though we knew this person for a long time, we've been living with this person years, and we know everything, try to look at the person differently. Try to look at this person like you've just met it, because so many errors can accumulate with time. We are living every day, we are thinking, we are reading information, what other person is saying, from the behaviors, from the surrounding environment. So errors may accumulate, and this creates the view this creates a lens through which we see the person. So destroying this lens that we used to see through the person, and imagine we just met this person, how this person can come up for us, what new things we can discover. And this is also not a very easy process. A simple concept, not very easy, but practicing it again will bring a lot of satisfaction. So it's worth the effort to go through the principles. You may go through them step by step, not all of them at once. And of course, if you go and try those principles, of course, give us your feedback in your comments, in a private message, anywhere you desire to do it. We are very willing to give you feedback as well, or if you need support, if you need any advice or just talk with someone, please let us know. We'll respond as soon as possible. So those were principles that I wanted to discuss that are is a very important base of mindfulness-based approach to life. And let's take another full breath in and just take a moment to bring our awareness of what just been talked about. We'll just notice what thoughts are coming up in our mind about the things you've heard, and for me about things that I've talked about. And we are noticing our breathing again, and our body. With closing eyes, it's easy to connect the body and the mind. You can open your eyes and feel the difference now, and just take another second to accept and kind of live with the information and decide if we are taking information or not. And the topic I wanted to discuss today as well, as we start the new months. This is the 1st of March today, the spring. We are in the spring now, and oh my God, we just was in the winter, and it felt like it would never pass. So I was thinking the cold will be forever. But we are slowly approaching summer, approaching great sunny days, and this teaches us, the season of the year teaches us that the life has its own cycle, that the life has its own way to go through different seasons. Everything is changing. Things are in the summer it's hot, in the winter it's cold, obviously, but then it's all changing. And as we are starting the new months, the new week on Monday, there are a big tendency to start a lot of things on Monday or at the beginning of the month. Another thing that happens is normally people will start things with the huge desire of doing something. So we have this desire and we think like, yes, we're gonna start, we're gonna change, we're gonna do this. And then some of us will build our plan, and when we have a desire, everything is so easy. It's so easy to build a plan. It's so easy to find resources, start researching. We want to connect with people. We want to start new process. we want to apply for different programs that CLC is offering. People are applying for AMP program, for Aspire program. Don't forget, we have an orientation this week. So you have a last chance to register for our orientation and learn, acquire new certificate, learn English, connect with people. So if the desire is strong, you would do everything. We all know it. It's coming so easy. What happens after? And for different people is different. Some can keep the desire for days, some can keep the desire for weeks, but is it possible to keep the desire for months, years? I think like with the seasons, it's changing. So today our desire is higher, tomorrow is not as high as it was the day before or week ago. So what we are thinking, at this moment we are thinking like, oh, I don't want to do this today. I think I don't have a desire to do this today. So I will probably do it tomorrow or later. I will wait. When the motivation comes, when desire again comes, I will wait. So what happens when you stop and wait? What if you lose a momentum? What if the desire never comes? You are losing everything. You are losing everything that you've started. And later, you think like, okay, I remember I started this process, but I never finished it. Why? Because I was so passionately, I was so wanted it. My desire was so high, but then something happened. So what should I do? I would probably need to wait for another moment that comes with the level of desire the same or maybe even higher, and we're always waiting for something. So I have a solution here for you, the one that always helps me, the one that I practice, and desire is great, and I'm so pleased, I'm so happy when I have it. Like if I wake up and I feel like, yes, my desire, like I feel so strong, I just want naturally work on my goals, accomplish it. But on the days when it's a little bit harder and I just don't want to do it, I remember that one day at the beginning of this, when I started the process, I thought not about the desire, but I thought about willingness to do something. So willingness is the more stable concept than just a desire. And actually, willingness, desire is part of the process of being willing to do something. So how it works? If you start something, if you applied for our AMP program, you've been accepted to the program, you are now have a coach, and this is the first step in this process, but the first step for you was to apply for this process. So when you applied, you need to sit and think how, because a lot of changes will come if you start going step by step through this program. So you need to ask yourself a question and honestly answer it. How willing I am to accept great changes in my life? How willing I am to really accomplish my goals? And what it means? So it means that if you are answering yes, and you say to yourself, yes, I'm willing to work on this. So then the next day you have a desire, you meet your coach and you do your individual plan of accomplishing the goal, and you feel so strong. Yes, you clearly see your goals, you put it on paper, you have it, you are thinking about this. That's great, that's a desire, it's happening naturally. But then another day there is no desire, but you have this strong basement of willingness. So willingness acts in its full strength when desire is sleeping. So, and you remember, okay, I was willing to do this, so this is the moment where I really just do it, I really stay strong, I really stay disciplined, I really stay motivated, and I do it, and then desire comes the next time, it will feel even better, greater, and at that moment I will accomplish so many things because I didn't give up. So I hope you understand how the concept works, and I want you to think about the moments in your life, the areas in your life where you want changes, where you are thinking about changes, and you tried before and you were basing your ideas on just desire something. So now when you are doing something, try to think about how willing you are to do something, how willing you are to go through changes, and honestly answer this question for yourself. Again, when you are working on those concepts, let us know, comment, even connect with us. We can remember our amazing programs, AMP program, Achieve More and Prosper, adult education programs, which is our English classes, certificate programs. We all here for you to help you achieve your goals, and we help you not just with physical resources, not just with like creating your resumes, creating your cover letter, everything you need, but we also will support you on this journey, because we have all the coaches, we have people, we have support, because we understand how important is to just keep going, be disciplined, and not give up on great things that you want to achieve in your life. So I hope that was helpful for you today. Remember, practice makes things different. Everything you want to, if you want to learn anything new, skills, knowledge, just practice, 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 practice. And don't afraid to ask for help. This is what we are offering. You know, our website, www.CLCWorks.org. We are often on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all the platforms, and I'm very grateful for your support, for you coming into this mindfulness space, and I'll wish you a great Monday, a great week, and as always, I see you next Monday at the same time, at the same place. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.